Tragedy hits home. A San Antonio police officer gunned down while on duty, sitting inside his patrol car.
It happened just feet from public safety headquarters. Now officers on the hunt for the man who killed one of their brothers in blue.
And that officer has been identified as SAPD Detective Benjamin Marconi. This end of watch picture on display at public safety headquarters. Chief William McManus saying earlier today, quote, "This is everyone's worst nightmare," end quote.
And here's what we know about Detective Marconi. He was 50 years old and a 20-year veteran of the San Antonio Police Department. He's also a father of two. And we do know that he was originally from Floresville. Again, Detective Benjamin Marconi has died at the age of 50.
Marconi was writing a traffic ticket inside his patrol car right outside of headquarters downtown when the shooter pulled up behind him. Chief McManus says the shooter then walked up to Marconi's patrol car parked on Santa Rosa Avenue, fired one shot, hitting the detective in the head. The shooter fired a second shot through the open window of that car, hitting Marconi in the head a second time. McManus says the shooter then drove off through the SAPD parking lot headed west. Marconi was rushed to San Antonio Military Medical Center where he died.
Now, these are pictures taken of the suspect's vehicle that police released earlier today, including just a few minutes ago. It's a black car with tinted windows and chrome rims. The suspect described as somewhere between 5 feet 7 inches and 6 feet tall. He was described as wearing a dark shirt and baggy dark colored pants, and he may have had a goatee. Chief McManus described the suspect as extremely dangerous to both the public and law enforcement and urged anyone with information to call 911. The Crime Stoppers now offering $10,000 for information that leads to his arrest, and that number is 224-STOP.
As that search continues, this is a tragedy that has struck not only the San Antonio Police Department, but our entire city. Both Chief William McManus and Mayor Ivy Taylor were among those who spoke about the shooting and the impact so very close to the holidays.
And Pilar Arias was there as the chief and mayor spoke. She is live from public safety headquarters. Pilar?
It's been nearly 6 hours since Detective Marconi was shot twice in the head here at SAPD headquarters, and investigators are still processing the scene. Chief William McManus and Mayor Ivy Taylor spoke just a little over an hour ago to express their grief for Officer Marconi and his family.
Most families will be celebrating the holidays. SAPD will be burying one of its own because of an ultimate act of cowardice by a suspect who will be caught and brought to justice.
All San Antonians to be calm and prayerful, and of course, as the chief mentioned, to provide any information that may assist us in swiftly finding the shooter.
I spoke with San Antonio Police Officers Association President Mike Helly after the press conference. He said Detective Marconi leaves behind 2 adult children, and he was a well-respected officer in the department. Now, again, anyone with information about the suspect is asked to call 911 or Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP. Reporting live at San Antonio Police Headquarters, Pilar Arias, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Pilar. Now, this tragedy rocking our community, especially local law enforcement. Bexar County Sheriff Susan Pomerleau reacting to the news by issuing this statement today, saying, quote, "We are saddened by the tragic and senseless death of an SAPD officer whose life was cut short today while serving our community. This irrational and malicious act, which took the life of one who puts his life on the line each day to serve and protect, is shocking to all of us."
And meanwhile, reaction not just here locally. Texas Governor Greg Abbott saying today, quote, "Cecilia and I extend our deepest condolences to the victim's family and harshly condemn this horrific act of violence. We ask that all Texans join us in praying for the officers' loved ones as they deal with the aftermath of this unimaginable tragedy. Attacks against law enforcement officers will not be tolerated in Texas and must be met with swift justice."
And a statement from Senator Ted Cruz reading, quote, "Our prayers go out to the family of Detective Benjamin Marconi, who was shot and killed today during a routine traffic stop outside of the San Antonio Police Headquarters. To the San Antonio Police Department and law enforcement officers all across the state of Texas, our message is clear. We stand unequivocally with you, and we will not tolerate those who viciously and deliberately target law enforcement."
The last SAPD officer to die in the line of duty was Officer Robert Deckard. He was shot in December of 2013 while chasing 2 robbery suspects into Atascosa County. Investigators say the suspects fired at Deckard during that pursuit. The officer died 12 days later after being taken off of life support. Officer Marconi is the 54th officer killed in the line of duty. That's according to the San Antonio Police Department.